We got a great lineup for you today here on UNI's Millennial Meltdown.
First, we're going to look at some UNI trivia, and then after that, we're going to follow up with the most important part of UNI sports.
That's right, the fans.
So, this is our first episode of Millennial Meltdown.
Enjoy.
Paul.
Is it Bill?
Bill?
Mark?
Paul?
President. Bill.
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 Paul? I think.
Bill? Isn't it? Yeah, Bill Rudd, I think.
I have no idea.
I don't know.
Who is what?
Someone named
Special.
Walker.
Somebody with the last name Mocker?
Oh man. Mocker?
No clue.
Who?
I have no idea.
Mocker? Motherker? I don't know. Something. An old student?
Stop.
I am horrible at this. I don't like this.
Oh man. Oh, I don't know. Oh, I really don't know this one.
Nope, nothing.
Nope. I don't know.
Is it the interlude?
I can't think of it. I remember it, but I don't remember what it was.
Annie. Isn't there Sadie? No, that's not one. Is it one?
Didn't know we had any ghosts. All right.
I could tell you the names of the alligators.
There's ghosts at UNI?
No idea.
We have ghosts.
Oh man. I think there's one actually down at the end of this hall, but I don't know its name, so.
I have no idea. I've never even heard of ghosts.
I don't know.
We have ghosts. Sally.
We have ghosts.
Casper.
I don't know. I don't know these questions.
There's one that's Augie.
Oh goodness. R-E-H-T-A-P.
Shut up, you know, that's my thing.
R.
Oh my gosh.
H-T-N-A-P.
E-A-P.
E-H-T-N-A-P.
EAP.
A-P. No, N-A-P.
A-P.
Is that wrong?
R-E-H-T-A. No. R-E-H-T-N-A-M-P. Not M-P. Okay. R-E-H-T-N-A-P.
One time, it was before I did my master's and PhD, I was there for a football game. And I said, who ever heard of Northern Iowa? And they beat us.
This episode of Panther Support, we talked to faculty members Kay Weller and Mark Jacobson, who share with us their connection to UNI athletics and provide their thoughts on the current state of student support.
I started going to UNI volleyball games, went to quite a few in the fall of '98. And it was sometime, I think in my second year, in '99, that I was watching UNI volleyball, and I thought, this is going to be my sport. I love this.
I will tell you, I am horrified when I go to a basketball game or a football game and see empty seats in the student section. There should not be empty seats. We have 12,000 students approximately, and you would think that it would just be full, and that disturbs me.
There's students that are kind of Hawkeye fans, there's students that are Cyclone fans that seem to not get too excited about UNI Panthers as much. I guess it does bother me if I see UNI playing Iowa or Iowa State, especially at our place, and you see some UNI student that's wearing the Hawkeye or the Cyclone. But a lot of good Panther fans also really get excited about Hawkeye football or basketball. My philosophy is I want UNI to beat the Hawkeyes at football or basketball, and then I want the Hawkeyes to win the rest of their games that season, and UNI too.
I'm hoping that more students are more enthusiastic about their own alma mater. After all, you don't ever lose that. You're always a part of the institution where you go to school, and yet I still see them show up. I had never experienced that till I came here. I didn't see that at Northern Colorado, and I didn't see that at my alma mater. I have a lot more students as I've been here a little longer. I teach the big classes, so for me personally, I know the student athletes much better, and so that has changed. I have a personal interest in whether they do well or whether they don't do well, and so it's always fun to see them. It's very fun when you have a student like David Johnson and you see him go on to something else.
In light of their less than enthusiastic peers, some university students have taken it upon themselves to attract a larger, more energized audience for on-campus events.
It was January or February of 2011 that the interlude dance was first done at a women's basketball game. They said, okay, we'll let you guys from Campbell Hall try this out at a women's basketball game. And then that was very successful. They got a big crowd of students to come to the women's game. And then it was done at a men's game. And it started to become a UNI tradition.
At the end of our sit down with Mark and Kay, each volunteered their suggestions for improving the fan experience at UNI and creating a more attractive environment for student athletes.
Moving forward, I think it would be a benefit to this university and to our student athletes if all sports could be on campus. For example, I'm the only faculty member that I ever see at tennis matches, and they're very close to my house over in Waterloo. It used to be that we had a baseball team, and it was over in Waterloo, and I was also often maybe one of two faculty members there. But my husband and I always went to those games. We had great fun going to them. So I think it would be really beneficial if we had our softball team and our tennis team and soccer team right here on campus. I think it would make the athletes feel more a part of the athletic department.
I'd like to see more fans for volleyball. I'm part of the Blackhawk Tennis Club. I play tennis 5 days a week. I know that there's only a few people that come over there for the UNI tennis matches when we play other schools. But yeah, I think the athletic department, it would be good to come up with every idea possible and invest money a little bit to try to get the crowds to be a little bit larger. I think there's a lot more that can be done with that.
Two things in life are unavoidable: death and taxes. But for Cedar Falls residents, parking tickets are unavoidable. Today, we're going to take a look at how to pay off your parking tickets in just 2 easy and simple steps. Step 1. Collect your tickets. Make sure to get every one.
Step 2, log on to your favorite computing device and go to ezpaycorp.com. What do you mean it's been declined? If you can't pay online or encounter hidden service fees. Step 3, you can always pay locally at your city hall. Let's go there now.
Looks like somebody forgot his wallet in the car. Oh no, come on. Step 4. Acquire currency. Time to break open that piggy bank. I got my keys. I got my financial affairs in order. Now it's time to go inside City Hall, pay off my tickets, and get this boot off my car.
Are you having a meltdown yet?
So Ashley, what made you want to do a show about technology?
Well, I think I just care more about my phone than I do most people.
You care about your phone more than most people care about their phone, or you care about your phone more than you care about most people?
Honestly, both.
Right. Well, our show's been off to a great start, but now it's time for our shameless plug.
This is all brought to you by the Digital Media Department. If you're interested in media, you should check us out. There's more to...
We are controlling transmission.
Drones. They're everywhere. Drone videos are shared by at least 8 of my Facebook friends every minute. Now, don't get me wrong. I love me some drone videos, but there is one place that needs to be kept drone-free. Drones need to stay away from the classroom. I am paying good money to go to school, and these professors had better be interesting. I'll bet some are taking bets on how fast they can make students fall asleep. Hey, Harry, I bet $50 that I can make 3 students fall asleep in less than 15 minutes. You're on, Harold.
Bueller.
Are there students that these professors target? Students who don't ever fall asleep no matter how much they drone on? Do professors put out hits on these students? Is there a student that's worth like $1,000 because they won't fall asleep? It makes me wonder how much I'm worth. Hey, his mouth is moving, but nothing's coming out except what smells like bad breath.
Alleviate the effect of the... Anyone?
I could care less about how 3 popes all excommunicated each other. How the hell is that going to help me when I'm doing my taxes? I'm an e-media major. Is some guy going to hop out of my textbook and hold a boom pole for me? I sure as hell hope not. I do not need some dead guy yelling at me about how I'm going to go to hell because I wear pants. I got enough on my plate as it is.
Bueller.
All seriousness aside, if you're going to teach, you need to have a complete arsenal of knock-knock jokes in your back pocket or I will lose all interest. Peace out, Girl Scout. I'm done.
Please stand by.
Then I woke up covered in cookie dough in Powerade, and I told myself, Ashley, you gotta stop doing this.
Well, now things are actually going to start to get a little spicy with jalapeno poppers on Late Night Bites with our very own Carly Beisel.
And then we're going to go into the world of virtual reality on What's Now, What's Next.
All that and more coming up on Millennial Meltdown.
Hi, I'm Carly, and welcome to Late Night Bites. Tonight we'll be turning up the heat with one of my personal favorite dishes, jalapeno poppers. In order to spice up your night, here's what you'll need. Jalapenos. Shredded cheese. Cream cheese. Crescent rolls. And bacon. To start this dish, you'll need to begin by preheating the oven to 350 degrees. Once you've done that, you'll need to begin by taking a baking sheet and lining it with parchment paper or tin foil. Once you've done that, it's time to add our cooking spray to make sure these poppers don't stick. Now that our oven is heating up and our baking sheet is greased and ready to go, I'm gonna get started with our crescent rolls. Now that we've cut our crescent rolls in half, I'm gonna go ahead and get started on this bacon and heat it up in the pan behind me. You'll want your bacon to be kind of crispy, giving your poppers a nice crunch. Now that my bacon's heating up over there, I'm gonna move on to prepping the cheese and the jalapenos. You'll want about 4 to 6 jalapenos depending on how much heat you can handle, but today we're gonna be using 4. Sounds like they're ready. And now it's time to put our poppers to the test. Holy sh**. There's the flavor. There you have it, folks. A poppin' dish that's ready to take your night from 0 to 100 real quick. That's all the time we have left. Thanks for tuning in. This has been Late Night Bites.
Welcome to What's Now, What's Next. We're your hosts, Ashley and Chris, here to take you through different types of technology that's prone to innovation. And today's episode is going to be phones.
First, Ashley will show you some cool new apps that are out there, and then I'll take you through technology that uses your phone, like virtual reality and smartwatches that make the phone more than just something in your pocket.
Let's check it out. All right, so the first app that we have is Pyro. Description is that it seamlessly mixes your music and never skips a beat. Get started with music stored on your device or stream it through your Spotify Premium account. It also says that if you're stuck on what to listen to next, Pyro will keep the music playing continuously based on the tracks that you love. And it also takes into consideration songs that sound good together or next to each other, and it'll fade them into each other so that it's continuous and you never have an awkward pause of silence. It's great for parties or when you're working out, so you never miss a beat. And then the next app is called Quartz, and it's a news messaging app. What it does is you put in your settings what you want to hear. It'll send you random news updates when you're in the app, and you can either push next because you don't want to hear about that, or if you click on the emojis, you can hear more about that, which I have here. On their website, it's described as an ongoing conversation about the news, sort of like texting. Sends messages, photos, GIFs, and links, and you can tap to respond when you're interested in learning more about a topic. Each session only lasts about a few minutes, so it's perfect for the train, elevator, grocery store line, or wherever you have a spare moment to catch up on the news. And then two apps that I wanted to talk about that I really like on my phone that I already had are Gas Guru, which pinpoints by your location where you're at, and it'll give you the cheapest gas station that's around you. And if you click on the gas station, it will direct you to it. And then my next favorite one is Afterlight. This is my favorite photo editing app. It's really awesome. You can do a lot of different things. So I use this old photo of my mom that I had on here. And you can use filters. You can put different effects on it. You can put frames around it. Or if you want to customize, you can customize any part of saturation or anything. So those are some apps that I already have that I loved.
All right, now we'll jump into what's next with phones. The two big things that we're seeing now, I think, are smartwatches and virtual reality with your phone. Smartwatches are a big thing since it keeps your phone in your pocket. I think it allows you to be more connected with the world around you, both physically and digitally. When you get a notification, it just shows up on your watch. You can quick glance down at it. Many companies are releasing these smartwatches. Apple is a big one. They got a huge market. Samsung is releasing a lot of them. And a lesser-known company called Huawei from Asia is also looking to get in the smartphone game. And they're actually trying to market smartwatches to both men and women by releasing a variety of styles and different products. So they're doing that. Virtual reality, like I said, is another big thing with phones. Samsung's releasing their new headset, which just uses a Samsung phone as the display. You just clamp it in there, and it immerses you in the VR experience. Google is also doing this with their cheap cardboard. We'll be checking this out on a later episode, so stay tuned for that. So those are the two big things with smartphones. And that's all for What's Next.
Thanks for watching this episode of What's Now, What's Next. Stay tuned for our next episode where we're going to try out virtual reality with Google Cardboard.
I think being the first woman president would be quite a change.
A popular opinion of Hillary online is that she can't win because she's a woman.
I think it's just a lazy excuse for saying they don't like somebody.
People said the same thing about Obama being black, but nobody really cares now.
Well, America's obviously a pretty gender-biased country as it is.
Though I think that she has other problems that will hold her back more than her gender.
I never sent or received any material marked classified.
She, going into this, had a scandal bigger than Slick Willie's.
I think we are touching a nerve with the American people.
Bernie Sanders seems to be trending extremely well with adolescents and millennials.
I think he speaks our language somehow. He transcends the generations.
Because he says free college.
For that entitlement thing that kind of goes along with that, that I feel like a lot of younger people want.
He is specifically addressing issues that college students care most about.
And it just seems like he has a lot of faith in that, which I'm sure is very much appreciated.
Hello and welcome to Smoking Guns. This is our first episode. My name is Olivia Guns, and today I want to make the case for why the janitor is the most important character in The Breakfast Club. The Breakfast Club is a classic. Most people have seen it, most of those people think it's pretty great, but when you're watching it, how often do you really notice this guy? That is John Kapelos as Carl Reed, the school's janitor. He's only in a few scenes, but in my opinion, he's the most important character of the whole movie. One of the biggest themes in The Breakfast Club is the dichotomy between adults and children, specifically teenagers. This is shown through the stark differences between the students and their principal, Richard Vernon. Vernon is harsh and sometimes outright threatening. He emphasizes control and following the rules without question. The students, however, are more interested in each other's feelings and understanding each other. They're horrified of the possibility of growing up to be like their parents.
My God, are we gonna be like our parents?
Not me. Ever.
To me, Carl represents the perfect missing link between these two opposing factions of adults and teenagers. All at once, Carl is the most mature character in any scene, but also the one that the students are most likely to relate to. When we first meet him, we expect him to be a huge jerk like Vernon, but instead, he throws back Bender's jabs at him with wit and cleverness, instead of the harsh insults that Vernon would likely give out.
You guys think I'm just some untouchable peasant, sir? Peon, you know? Maybe so. Following a broom around after like you for the last 8 years, I've learned a couple of things. I looked through your letters, looked through your lockers. I listened to your conversations. You don't know that, but I do. I am the eyes and ears of this institution, my friends.
Because of this, we see that Bender gains a bit of respect for Carl as a person. He's able to communicate with the children because he treats them as equals, even though he knows that he actually has a bit of an upper hand in the form of life experience. In the dynamics between Carl and Vernon, we see another example of adult and child. But here, Vernon is the childlike character, and Carl has the life experience and maturity of an adult. Vernon is caught looking through the other teacher's confidential files, and when Carl asks him why he's doing this, he tries to lie his way out of it, much like a child would do. In his office, Vernon complains to Carl that this entire generation is dumb and belligerent and how they don't respect him. And in this moment, Carl takes on the adult role and essentially just tells him to stop being so immature about the whole situation. Vernon cares far too much about what the children think of him, though he would never admit it. He lacks mature goals like educating them or guiding them through life, and instead only seeks recognition and respect. Carl goes so far as to remind Vernon that the reason he got into education at all was childish on its face. He says that you thought it would be fun, but then you found out it was actually work. Carl is the wisest and most mature character in the entire story, but he hasn't lost some of his childlike qualities. When Vernon asks Carl what he wanted to be when he grew up, he said that, "I wanted to be John Lennon." Carl also still embodies some of the classic teenage rebellion qualities. He tells Vernon that the kids haven't changed, you have, implying that Vernon lost his childlike qualities somewhere along the way, and Carl still has them. To me, Carl Reed is one of the most fascinating characters in The Breakfast Club. And I know that not everyone will agree with this, because some people are really, really attached to John Bender, though I can't imagine why. All I ask is that next time you watch this modern classic, take a moment to notice Carl Reed. Because in reality, isn't he what we all want to be when we grow up? This has been Smoking Guns. I'm Olivia Guns. Tune in next time where, I don't know, I'll throw some other insane theory at you.
Thanks for procrastinating with us today.
Why do today what you can put off till tomorrow?
We've got a lot more Millennial Meltdown for you, so check out our next episode.